Hey, welcome back to Cooking with Eric. On tonight's episode, we'll be making double bacon burpy burgers with cheese. They may not be doubles, but they're definitely burpy burgers with cheese and some bacon. Tonight for our ingredients, we'll be using the finest in Sam's Choice Black Angus bacon and aged cheddar burgers. To go along with that, we will be topping it with America's favorite singles and American cheeses, Kraft. Good stuff. Better than that processed cheese food. Whatever that is. And our sidekick tonight will be a can of original deep brown baked beans that we got at the church today from the food drive because we're poor as fuck. Filming tonight and assisting me with the meal is my son Tater Nuts. Say hi, Tater Nuts.
Hi.
That was disturbing.
Kill me.
Very disturbing. I might need therapy myself. Anyway, we're going to turn this down below 500 degrees now. You can probably see steam rising, or maybe it's a little wavy, like, you know, heat on the street when you're looking down the road on a hot summer's day. It's pretty toasty. We're going to go to about 350 on that. And since Tater Nuts and I are the only two home right now because Big Brother Butthead Chance is out defiling his girlfriend in some form and fashion. Look at that. Real live American processed pattied beef chunks made of, once again, much like last episode, mostly lips and assholes. Perhaps some toenails and hoofs. Maybe some snout. Who knows what's really in these things. But they taste good as hell. Alright, so now that we got our griddle warmed up, we're going to take a few of these here beef patties. Alleged beef, anyway. Listen to the sizzle. Oh, Nelly! Oh, boy! This is going to be tastier than a motherfucker tonight. Please excuse my French. I don't know any other language. So French it is. I found this stuff. French is classic yellow, but no. It's sweet brown sugar flavored French's classic yellow, which I find to be the absolute Bombay. It is awesome. We also have some delightful store brand honey barbecue sauce because we're broke as fuck and we can't afford Kraft or Bullseye or Sweet Baby Ray's or any of that other stuff. Sorry if I'm infringing upon any copyright agreements or anything by mentioning those by name, but 'tis what it is. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. You get the good shit and then you get the store brand shit. Us po folk that live in trailers get store brand shit. Alright, we're going to take a short commercial break. We're going to let these things sizzle up and we'll be right back. Hi, Eric here for C&H Pure Cane Sugar Cubes. These are the finest sugar cubes going today. I like them in my coffee. I take about 6 lumps. And they're also fantastic for drops of LSD. So you can fry your ass off and go get married on the Vegas Strip like an idiot. Once again, C&H Pure Cane Sugar Cubes. The best sugar cubes money and LSD can buy. Thank you. Hi, Eric here for homemade salsa. I don't even know why we're doing a commercial for homemade salsa. It's homemade. You can't buy it anywhere. But anyway, it's great. It's thick. Unless you're poor and you're running low, then you can make it a little thinner. Add a little water here. Doop doop. Put the lid back on. And shake that bad boy up. And you got more homemade salsa than you had before. That's more homemade salsa than you had before. Welcome back from that short commercial break. We're in the process of flipping these here cow patties. Alleged cow. We don't really know, do we? I mean, it could be buffalo butt or it could be dog for all we know. I mean, the kennel is overcrowded after all. But They've embedded cheese into it, so hell, I'm gonna eat it.
Kill me.
Anyway, oops, that was probably pretty unsanitary, but hell, it's my own damn burger. I don't give a shit. As you can see, we have a beautiful golden brown color to the first half of the burger patties as we have flipped them. Now, you definitely want to get these things cooked thoroughly all the way through, otherwise you'll end up with E. coli and botulism and die. Nobody wants death for dessert. So, we're going to continue just making these burgers here, monitoring them. Now, although they are embedded with cheese, we will be adding more cheese because cholesterol is your friend. Unless you're old and dying and you got heart problems. Then, cholesterol is your pleasure. Anyway, we're just going to sit here and Andrew's going to just keep pointing that camera in my face so I can think of things to talk about while we're waiting on burgers to cook. Because let's face it, people, every retarded ass idiot in the world knows how to fry up a burger. It's not anything I really need to show you people. It's just, you know, something to do while we sit alone in a trailer with no cable. Hi, Satan here for Big Huge Melons. I love big huge melons, especially when they come in pairs. Anyway, if you got a hankering for big huge melons, you just look for big huge melons in your local grocery store. Tell them Satan sent you. Hi, Eric again for moldy strawberries. Moldy strawberries are very tasty in some areas and very healthy in others. They got their own penicillin right there on the mustache. Boy, that needs a shave. Well, anyway, if you got a hankering for some fruity goodness on the bottom and some health care on the top, choose your moldy strawberries at your local grocer's freezer. Alright, so it looks like we got both sides all caramelized and looking beautiful. Them's are darn fan-damn-tastic. I'll tell you what, I can't wait to sink my teeth into one of these bad boys. They're going to be good. Anywho, we're about ready to go ahead and find something to put this greasy-ass spatula on before it gets all over my table. Because God knows tater nuts won't wipe the motherfucker off, and when he's done eating, getting him to clean anything is like pulling teeth from someone without any. Ow, I hit my head on my way down. That's kind of embarrassing. Anyway, we're going to break out our Kraft singles because we're on the home stretch here. Make sure they ain't bloody in the middle. And I think we're going to go ahead and put a lid on this bad boy instead for a moment. That way we're sure to get a nice mid-burger, cooking. So they're not bloody as hell, pink, and then again, as we discussed earlier, E. coli and Ebola and mad cow disease. Or the shit's real bad. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the second side dish portion of this here meal. Now what you're going to need for this part of the meal here is a can opener. Definitely going to need a can opener. Anywho, I believe I own one. Rumor has it. There it is. Got to have one of these if you're trying to get into one of these cheap ass cans. Now the bigger companies like Chef Boyardee and most of the name brands have little tabs on their cans now. So you don't have to buy these, but due to popular demand in the sales department at can opener wholesalers everywhere, the cheaper brands of beans still make it impossible to get into. You can get in there with a pocket knife, I'm sure, but from past experience you bleed a lot. And nobody wants all that blood in their beans. Unless they're sick. So, step one. It's a very special process to cook these beans too. Because what you're going to need is a microwave safe dish. Because you can't put beans in the microwave without a dish. And you certainly can't put them in the microwave in the can and expect the microwave to still be a microwave. It becomes more of a light show. Sparks and all kinds of crazy shit. As you notice, we have all kinds of little particles of lard and such floating around in there. That'll all cook down as the beans heat up. Because after all, nobody wants to knowingly eat a big wad of lard. Maybe tater nuts. No? Tater nut says no. Anywho, we're having 2 cans of beans because there's 2 of us. And this meal should sure to be one hootin' hell of a fartin' good time. Especially later on this evening.
And we're fat.
Tomorrow morning. Speak for yourself there, tater nuts. I ain't fat. I'm pleasantly plump. Not to mention sexy as hell. Ask my mom. Anyway, we're going to go up here into the rafters, which is our bowl department. We're going to check for any kind of parasites or grease or the fact that he washed the dishes, tater nuts, and that they're not, washed. Exactly. He's been known to do that. Anyway, this bowl is quite sizable, so both cans of beans should be able to fit in there with no problem at one time, thus reducing our total estimated elapsed cooking time to something a little more manageable. Because you people at home got to be getting bored with this shit already. Sitting there going, I already know how to fry a burger and microwave beans. What the hell are you doing? Well, the truth of the matter is my son made me do it. Tater nuts. He put a gun to my head. Literally, made of 2 fingers. He's a genius. A finger gun. I think that'll be better used on one of your girlfriends later in life, buddy. Just saying. Anywho, to complete the process of emptying the beans into the bowl, you must always have a spoon to scrape remaining stuck beans. Stubborn little bastard ass beans.
Get all the smoke.
There is some smoke coming out, that's for sure.
We're gonna die.
Or we're gonna have a really good set of munchies. One or the other.
Since when did Snoop Dogg come here?
Snoop Dogg's always here. In our hearts. Bow wow wow. Yippee-yo, yippee-yay. Let's hope these burgers ain't made of Shar-Pei.
And let's hope they're not gay.
Alright. I think we have sufficient.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was some steamy shit right there.
La da 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 da. It's the one and only D4G.
La da 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 da. You know I'm mobbing with the D-R-E. Yeah! Alright, these are bad boys are ready for cheese time. It's cheese time, brought to you by Johnsonville Sausages. I'm just kidding, that wasn't a real commercial.
Ow.
Not like the other quality commercials we've been doing for this particular show.
Ow. I'm being attacked by grease.
Yeah, it is a little high there. We're going to turn the volume down. I mean the temperature.
It's popping me.
The volume, the temperature. You all know what the hell I mean, right? I'm new at this shit. I'm not a professional pitch man. Anyway, to complete the beans process, we take said beans. This device is called a microwave. It's a little magic box. You put your food in there cold, press a couple of these here buttons, doot, and bada bing. When it's done, it comes out hot. Don't ask me how it works. I don't know. Microwaves or something like that. Since the advent of microwaves, there has been quite a spike in cancer due to radioactive output of said microwaves. But that's neither here nor there. Now, we're going to dig out ourselves 4 pieces of American Singles by Kraft, because that's our favorite cheese of all the cheeses available. Because their #1 ingredient is milk, not hydrogenated soybean oil like the other cheeses that are slightly less expensive. Alright, so we got cheese on there. And what's going to happen here is we're going to put the cheese on these burgers, effectively making them cheeseburgers. Say it at home with me, kids. Cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers.
Thank you. That's very nice. Now, these aren't your average cheeseburgers. These ain't these $1.19 a piece jobs that you buy at McDonald's. These are the good homemade kind. Not like when Eddie Murphy was talking about when it's a little ball of meat in the middle of a big-ass piece of Wonder Bread, all soaking through, and it turned all pink and was all nasty. Maybe you guys have seen some Eddie Murphy stand-up in the past. But these burgers are going to fill up the entirety of the bun. Because the bun is the one. Hamburger buns. 88 cents. I anticipate them to be quite crusty. Like croutons wrapped around some meat. Hopefully they won't be, but what are you going to do on a tight budget, you know? Anyway, we got the cheese on there. We got the temperature turned down to a manageable temperature of only 200 degrees, which should be plenty sufficient to melt said cheese without burning said burgers. Taking a look at the beans here, we got about 15 seconds remaining on the original cooking time, which will probably have to be readjusted, because what's going to happen here now, this is the special recipe right here. We're going to taste these bad boys right now to make sure that we ain't got to doctor them up, because doctoring up beans is what I do best. At least before they doctor me up. You know what I mean? He's making fart jokes. You know what they say about beans being the magical fruit?
The more you eat, the more you crap yourself. And it runs
Well, that's
down
close,
your
son.
leg.
That's close.
It runs
not
down
quite.
your leg. Looks like soupy goodness coming out of your pants, running down your leg into your shoe.
It sounds to me like you might have medical issues, son.
Yes.
Perhaps some adult diapers would be in order for you.
Please. Kill me.
Kill you? Why? Why were you going to kill you? You know what I do when I feel suicidal? I beat off. I feel much better.
I'm too young for that. I still have another year.
You just told me earlier today that you had a pube. Did you piss out of it?
Goodbye.
Alright, so the beans are a little bland. What we're going to do is we're going to doctor them up a little bit. We're going to add a little maple syrup. Some people like to use brown sugar, maple syrup. You can use both at the same time. It's pretty good. You don't need much, just a little sweetness there. Put it in there. Stir it around. Good. Now, to go with our double bacon burpee burgers with cheese, barbecue beans are always a good thing, so we add a little barbecue sauce to that as well. Some of you might think it's gross to put pancake syrup and barbecue sauce in your beans, but they make barbecue sauce with pancake syrup already in it. Maple and brown sugar. Ever heard of it, people? Duh. Anyway, we're going to mix that around. And zesty.
Like your farts?
Well, they'll be similar, I think. I think they'll be zestier later than they are now, but these here beans are pretty zesty.
Please don't sleep in this RV with me.
I'm sorry, I have no choice. I can crack a window if you'd like.
I enjoy my life. I don't want to die early.
You're lucky I don't crop dust you when your mouth's open while you're snoring all night, then throw a blanket over top of you so I can Dutch oven your ass, bake you like a chicken all night long in my fecal dust. That was a little much. I'm sorry, people. Tater. Okay, we're going to put the beans back in the microwave now so we can heat up the barbecue sauce and pancake syrup mixture.
Why are you using your middle finger to type?
Because, I don't know. It's some kind of subliminal fuck you thing, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, I like to take my hamburger buns and kind of heat them up a little bit. I don't like them just straight out of the bag, all, whatever. A lot of times people just throw them in the microwave, but I find that they're much tastier when you kind of just heat them up in the pan a little bit. Give a little grilled cheese sense to them. Now, I was hanging out with a friend of mine the other day, and it was an interesting thing because she's on that ketones thing where she doesn't really do carbs and doesn't do too much in the way of breads and such. So, it was pretty funny when she told me that the family name for hamburger patties in her house is a meat cookie. Some sort of subliminal, I miss my cookies and bread thing from those non-carbohydrate eating motherfuckers that don't eat no bread. The problem with that is I like bread. I like potatoes. I like macaroni and cheese. I like French fries, which are also potatoes. I like rice. I like stuff that is filled with carbs. I Just do. I'm sorry.
You like guys?
No. Well, I like some guys. A couple guys are pretty cool. I got my son. He's a guy, allegedly. My other son, he's definitely a guy. Weird one. Who likes to do things with his girlfriend while his little brother is present. That's strange, but at least he's not like his uncle who likes to send pictures of the goat. I'll spare you people what that is. Use your imagination.
He sat on a pink dildo.
Let's just say that if my brother Brandon were to send the goat to anyone under the age of 18, he would have to register as a sex offender the rest of his life.
He sent it to me.
Is that right? Did he?
Yes.
I'm going to have to kick his ass once he's out of jail. Because he's currently incarcerated, of course. Gotta love my little brother. Laughed my ass off for hours at that little son of a bitch the other morning, and by that evening, he was back in jail. So, he's a multifaceted, very talented multitasker, he is. Let me tell you. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and put our salsa away because we're done with that commercial. Oops, we're not supposed to acknowledge commercial. Well, it's one of our sponsors. Homemade salsa, made at home, that you can't even buy anywhere. But we got the burger buns going here. They're heating up nicely. Kind of soaking a little bit of meat juice there. That's all right. We'll get them away from the grease. That'll be Andrew's burger. I mean Tater Nuts. Andrew Tater Nuts Scott. That's his name. His full name. Legally given to him. His Christian name. And that's about that. We're going to go ahead and heat these bad boys up now. Come on, buns. I'm kind of hungry now. I want to eat. But it's just going to take a few more minutes. But you guys get the gist. We got beans here. We got burgers here. Meat cookies. And we got the bread the meat cookies go on. Making it a very unhealthy meal. But tasty indeed. So I'd like to thank you all once again for joining us on Cooking with Eric. And next time we'll be making something different. Maybe.